K1 1,000 metres. And a really exciting lineup spearheading out those central lanes. In lane 3, the reigning world champion in both K1 1000 and K1 500, René Poulsen from Denmark. Such a consistent athlete last year. It'll be really exciting to see whether he's managed to keep it going in this Olympic year. He won bronze here last year. He's heading to his 3rd Olympic Games in Rio. Alongside him in lane 4, that's Dejan Pajić of Serbia, European bronze medalist in the K1 500. Then the reigning European champion, Max Hoff of Germany in lane 5. He won gold at the European Games in Baku last year and gold here in Duisburg at the World Cup. Ale Urenia there of Belarus in lane 6. He's the fastest qualifier. Won his semi-final at a time of 3:32.517. So he's laid down the gauntlet for the rest of these athletes. Josef Dostal of the Czech Republic in lane 8. Saluting the camera there. World silver medalist and won silver here last year as well. And then inside him, Fernando Pimenta, bronze at the World Championships and the Europeans last year, silver at the European Games. So a really, really exciting lineup as these paddlers start to make their way towards the start line. That was Arthur Peters of Belgium in lane 1, just 19 years old. And in lane 2, it's Miroslav Kirchev of Bulgaria. So that is a lineup and a half, isn't it, Hannah Brown? Which stands out for you? If you were going to put your money, where would you put it?
The first race of the season is always one that, you know, you don't know how they've had their winters, but their winter training is gone. But, I mean, there's jam-packed right in the middle, but also the outside lanes. I wouldn't rule out Arthur Peters. Like, he was so close to qualifying at the 2nd round earlier this week, and Josef Dostal is always one to watch at the end, especially on an outside lane. I remember Moscow a couple of years ago, he won from lane 9 or lane 1 and just stormed it down the outside. Sort of out of mind, out of sight, out of mind. Yeah. It was impressive, but it'd be a tough race off between Max Hoff on his home ground and René Poulsen, I reckon.
Yeah, okay. Hannah Brown saying René Poulsen. She's put her money down. So it's been a very good start from that boat out in lane 1. That's Arthur Peters of Belgium that Hannah was just talking about. He just nosed himself into the lead. A fantastic burst out of the blocks from him. Junior world champion back in 2014. Unfortunately, just missed out on Olympic qualification earlier this week. Finished 6th, but also just missed out of the World Championships last year. So, putting the pressure on him now, it's René Poulsen of Denmark. He's in that boat in lane 3 with a little yellow nose. And alongside him as well, going well, is Serbia's Dejan Pajić, who just takes the lead now. As they go through the 750, it's those 3 athletes who are going very well indeed, as is Fernando Pimenta of Portugal. So Pajić there in the lead of just 0.05 of a second over René Poulsen, and Arthur Peters down there in 3rd, still very much in contention for those medals, with Fernando Pimenta about a second or so off the pace. Max Hoff very much in control, but I think Hoff, a bit like Sebastian Brendel we saw in the C1 earlier, Hannah, he's probably got some tricks up his sleeve.
A German racing style, saving for a big finish, but yeah. He's looking comfortable back there in about 5th or 6th place, but I wouldn't rule him out yet.
So Pajić at the moment just keeping his stroke rate fairly high as they come through the 500 metres in comparison to René Poulsen of Denmark, who looks a bit more in control in lane 3, wouldn't you say?
Lane 3 and lane 1, they're looking relaxed and long. Lane 4 definitely got a couple more strokes per minute than René at the moment, but
so it's all going to be about who can stay in control as they come over this last 500 metres. It looks like René Poulsen is just clawing back those inches very, very gradually. So now 0.3 of a second between them going through the 500 metres. I think René Poulsen has now taken the lead though. Can Arthur Peters, the 19-year-old out in lane 1, hang on to take a medal in this first World Cup of the season. He'll be looking to put down a performance after the disappointment of missing out on Olympic qualification earlier this year. They're coming through the 250 now, and what a switch by Rene Paulsen. Just turns on the power, and you can see him pull away from the field with every stroke. This is classy from Rene Paulsen. We saw some fantastic performances from him last year. We mentioned how consistent he was. Has he just taken this to another level? And here is Max Hoff, who said, could he do it? And at the moment he is. But Max Hoff putting himself into second, but also Josef Dostal of the Czech Republic in the yellow boat on this inside lane. Can't quite see him on your pictures at the moment, but he's going great runs as well. Artur Peters has got a second gear. Artur Peters has got another gear out in lane 1. Who are going to take these medals? Rene Paulsen is just getting clawed back by these athletes. Can Rene Paulsen hold on to take the gold medal? It does look like it will be Rene Paulsen of Denmark who takes the gold. And I think, I may be wrong, but I think that was Artur Peters of Belgium to take silver and Max Hoff of Germany in bronze. That is going to go down to the officials. What a race,
yeah. That was impressive from Artur Peters in lane 1 to hold on right at the end. The storming German in the middle, coming down the middle lane, but I think he got it at the end.
And I think that was an exciting performance from Rene Paulsen to start the year, to start an Olympic year.
Dominating performance by Rene there, yeah. Clear water for most of the race. At the end, it was, yeah, mega.
The exciting thing about Artur Peters, I think, is watching that kind of performance. You think, he's a youngster. Does he know his race plan? Is he confident that he can, keep this up for the whole 1,000? And he absolutely did. Yeah. And he at least matched Max Hoff. And we'll have to see how that turns out in a moment's time. But fantastic from Rene Paulsen, just to be so calm and collected, and then coming over the last 200, switched on the power, and you could see with every stroke just pulling away almost with ease.
Yeah, technically awesome paddler, and obviously dominated last year at the Worlds and has carried on that form. It would be an